What is cosmic health? It's the simple notion and universal truth that as we increase our love, care, compassion to the cosmos, to Mother Nature, to all of humanity, regardless of race, color, creed, or sex, to all sentient creatures, we in turn are acutely aware of a metaphysical universal law that states doing good for the cosmos is in essence indistinguishable from doing good for us as individuals. And thus, the golden rule becomes reinterpreted from do unto others as you would have them do unto you, to the simple notion that you and the other are one, so whatever you do to another, you do unto yourself. In essence, giving and receiving are interpreted as synonyms. So as we go on this health and wellness journey, we can no longer be satisfied with egocentric motives in pursuit of our health and wellness journey. We're going to begin by granulating our definition of cosmic health by first looking at the word health. And we include the conventional, notion of treatment of symptom, but of course go beyond that to include the holistic paradigms of common sense, rules of reasonableness to treat, of course, the cause rather than just the symptom. It also includes preventative strategies because, as we all know, it's much easier to prevent than to treat degenerative diseases. And it also takes in the notion of the creation of a partnership between doctor and patient rather than the quote-unquote M-deity complex, whereby the doctor takes autonomy away from the patient and makes him become a victim. In this new paradigm, it's a co-creative process or a partnership in where we give autonomy back to the patient. As we further expand the idea of health, it includes treating the person with the disease rather than treating the disease. In essence, we can have, a person who has, say, depression or heart disease, and there's an individual component. And so this leads to the next step in the idea that we need a multi-dimensional treatment that is highly individualized. And this multidimensional treatment would include, of course, diet and lifestyle and other components of the mind-body-spirit complex to go further than just a one disease, one pill model. And lastly, in our discussion of health, we're really looking at the idea or the notion of self-actualization or even self-transcendence, which was a concept proposed by American psychologist Abraham Maslow. And the idea here is that once all human beings, begin to satisfy our deficiency needs obtained, such as security and safety and food and water, a human being then jumps into a new level of desire, and that of self-actualization. In fact, every day in my practice, patients come in with a myriad of health challenges, along with increased stress, decreased levels of fulfillment or purpose, varying levels of depression on a continuum of situational to the spiritual dark night of the soul. And they're not only looking for a physical solution. In fact, I believe that they are craving, they are desiring to live a life full of meaning that encompasses much more than the physical prescription of supplements and exercise and the like. And with this idea, we need to include within our definition of health the fact that our body's purpose is to help us on our spiritual hero's journey. And the idea of self-actualizing or self-transcending is to be all that one is capable of becoming on all dimensions, on the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. To summarize the idea of true health, we can look at our physical health simply for the purpose of spiritual unfolding. So there's a quote from A Course in Miracles, and it says, "You can use the body best to help you enlarge your perception so you can achieve real vision of which the physical eye is incapable. Learning to do this is our body's only true usefulness." So we're going to continue to granulate our definition of cosmic health by now looking at the word kosmocentric. But in order to do so, we have to actually look at our individual as well as humanity's development over time. And the first stage of development is really egocentric. in humanity's development, this was about 250,000 years ago. This is the great transition from, say, apes to humans. In human development, we see this in children, say, ages 1 and 2. In fact, the infant at birth is really without a quote-unquote separate self and can't tell where its body and emotions stops and the environment starts. When you were first at the stage, all of you was identified with it. It's as if the earth was the center of the universe. We then move away from egocentric to what is referred to as ethnocentric. It's here where our care and compassion extends beyond the realm of self and begins to include our immediate clan or tribe, or even our religion, our belief systems, our nation, and of course our family. It's estimated that most of humanity is actually stuck at an ethnocentric level of development. In fact, all the culture wars that have ever existed have been fought from one ethnocentric group to another ethnocentric group, whether it be one holding on to their religious beliefs and another group their religious beliefs, or one nation holding on to their beliefs, fighting another nation holding on to their beliefs. So the care and compassion extends only to the people that they have immediate contact with, and the rest of the world is seen as an it. As we move forward, we now would move from ethnocentric to worldcentric, and this is where everything now revolves around humanity, with an orientation of non-discrimination regardless of race, sex, creed, or color. And this is estimated to have begun somewhere in the 1960s with the multiculturalism movement. Moving forward, we then move from worldcentric to cosmocentric. And this is where we now have everything revolving around not only humanity, but the cosmos and all sentient beings regardless of species, embracing the six-legged speck to our canine counterparts, and finally, all of manifestation herself. In fact, the word cosmocentric, spelled with a capital K, is distinguished from the word cosmos with a lowercase c, in that the former includes consciousness, spirituality, the material as well as the non-material subjective and objective realities of the universe. The latter, which is the lowercase c, only includes the physical dimensions of reality, such as the stuff that the Earth and the stars and other planets are made of. So to summarize, Kosmic Health, as we stated before in the beginning, is the idea that doing good for the cosmos is the same as doing good for us as individuals. This makes it easy to figure out what actions and behaviors we should be participating in, because if it's good for humanity, if it's good for other sentient creatures, if it's good for Mother Nature, it in turn will be good for us. So simply put, this cosmocentric lens of reality is going to lead to a new evolutionary jump in cosmocentric health. As we attune to these new realities and we move away from egocentric to ethnocentric to even worldcentric, we're rewarded with the fruits from the great tree of life: vitality, wellness, finding our true north, along with fulfilled and joyous relationships to all sentient beings or earthlings.